Well, guys, man, what a day. What a day for playoff basketball. We had four great games, which were scheduled terribly because why make one game, 30 minutes before another game and then 30 minutes before another game and for the evening games, kind of inconvenient if you're trying to watch two games at the same time, which definitely happened for that Heat Bucks game and Warriors Kings game that were playing at the same time while the Heat were in overtime and trying to watch the Warriors play all at the same time. That was terrible. But great day for basketball in general. Like I said, four great games that we have to talk about. I'm just going to go in order of when they started. And first off, we'll talk about the New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. That series is now over. Knicks win 106-95. They win the series 4-1. First time they won a playoff series since 2013. Everybody clap it up for the Knicks. Clap it up for the Knicks. Oh, my goodness. Orange and blue skies for my guys over in New York. They did a great job in this series. They were the tougher team. They were out. They coached better than the Cleveland Cavaliers. They executed better. They were better on the glass. They were better on defense all series long. And Jalen Brunson is absolutely that guy, totally worth the money that he got in the offseason. And he showed it during this playoff series. And now the Knicks go ahead and move on to the Eastern Conference semifinals, where they will now face the Miami Heat, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But the New York Knicks move on from the Cleveland Cavaliers. For the Cavs, man, disappointing season, honestly, in my opinion. The Cavs had high hopes, man. They had high hopes. They were 51-31, 4th seed in the Eastern Conference by a pretty large margin over there. They won 4 more games than the Knicks in this 4-5 matchup here. Definitely did not expect them to lose in 5 in the first round, but honestly, their fight just did not show in this playoff series. They didn't have the fight that the Knicks had all series long. Something I'm going to point out is that Mitchell Robinson was absolutely bullying Evan Mobley and Jared Allen on the glass during this series. It just felt like, they didn't have the fight that the Knicks had. The Knicks wanted this more, and it showed. And the Cavs are now out, and they'll face their offseason where they can't really make any moves because they traded a bunch of picks for Donovan Mitchell, and they have to move on and hopefully play better. A lot of playoff experience for these guys now. This is this core group's first playoff series, and a lot of these guys, it's their first playoff series in general. Donovan Mitchell, of course, being in the playoffs before, but for a lot of these guys, they haven't played in the playoffs before. So good experience for them. But they just did not have the fight, I think, that the New York Knicks had. And now they'll be moving on to the second round, and the Cavs are going home. Specifically in this game, it was the offensive glass and the shooting for the Cavaliers not being that great, only shooting 31% from 3 and 43% from the field, while the New York Knicks, shot 40% from 3 and around 50% from the field. So that gave the Knicks this win, but disappointing season for the Cavs, man. Better luck next year, man. Honestly, did not expect this. I picked the Cavs in 7 to win. I thought they were the better team. Just didn't show. Just did not show, man. Now we are going to do specific playoff matchup videos going forward. Those will probably come out later today whenever you see this, because this is being recorded at 4 o'clock in the morning. So you'll get specific playoff videos specifically for the Knicks and the Heat playoff matchup going forward, and the Suns and the Nuggets tomorrow. So those will be matchup previews, but right now we're just recapping these series. This one is over, and we can now move on to our next game of the day between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Memphis Grizzlies. The Memphis Grizzlies take this one 116-299. LeBron James having a very, very poor performance, as he noted in his post-game interview today. 15 points on 10 rebounds and 5 assists, but 1 of 9 shooting. from three-point territory and 5 of 17 shooting from the field. The Lakers as a whole shooting 40% from the field and 25.6% from three, 10 of 39. Just not a good shooting day for the Lakers. Anthony Davis did have a pretty good game. 31 points, 14 to 23. He did hit a three. 19 rebounds, 4 offensive, 2 blocks. Good game from AD. It's just hard for the Lakers to be able to win if LeBron and AD don't have a good game, or LeBron and the role players don't have a good game, or it has to be a combination of 2 out of these 3 parts, either LeBron and AD having a good game or the role players showing up and one of the stars playing well. If 2 of those components don't show up, the Lakers don't really have a chance to win, and that was definitely the case today. Heading back to LA, the Lakers are going to have 2 of those key components step up and play well. For the Memphis Grizzlies, Desmond Bane having another good game. 33 points, 4 of 9 shooting from 3, 12 of 21 from the field, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. Just a great game from him. And Ja Morant also had a really good game. 31 points, 7 assists, 10 rebounds, 13 to 26 from the field, and he hit 2 3-pointers. The Memphis Grizzlies as a whole, they shot 35% from 3 and 44.4% from the field. So they had a really, really good game. Hopefully they can carry that momentum heading back to LA for Game 6 and force a Game 7, but they are still now facing elimination, and I think the Lakers will put them away. LeBron did look kind of gassed going in this game. He kind of put the brakes on, shooting a lot of 3-pointers, shooting a lot of jump shots, not really attacking the hole. That's not really LeBron James like. So I think we'll see a focused LeBron, like he said, heading into Game 6. Focused Anthony Davis, a focused Lakers team that wants to close out this Memphis Grizzlies team and end their series before the Warriors-Kings series ends, so LeBron and AD can get some rest. Now we will move on to talking about a game I will probably spend majority of my time talking about in this video, and that is the Heat versus the Bucks. Like I noted, the Heat walk away with a win, and walk away with a win in this series 4-1 over the number 1 seeded Milwaukee Bucks. This is just a stunner for me, an absolute stunner. Like a lot of people, I had the Bucks going to the conference finals. I didn't have them going to the NBA finals, but I had them going to the conference finals at least. And they're now out in the first round 4-1 to the 8th-seeded Miami Heat, who took them out behind a stellar performance from Jimmy Butler once again. Like I taught in my last video, Jimmy Butler is absolutely him in the playoffs. This is absolutely ridiculous. If I recorded this right after the game was over, I would have been going nuts, because I was going nuts. I wanted to take my time and sit down with this and actually reflect on the game. This is crazy. This stat line from Jimmy Butler, 42 points, coming off a 56-point game. 42 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 17 to 33 from the field in 46 minutes of action. Jimmy Butler was absolutely sensational in this game, propelling the Heat to this win. Clutch bucket after clutch bucket. One of note that we'll talk about right now is the last play of the game, where Jimmy Butler ran a little screen and roll in the paint and got a lob pass from Gabe Vincent and ended up putting the ball in the basket with touch. It looked like he didn't really get that much height on his jump, and he was still able to finish from that pass. Great pass from Gabe Vincent, by the way. But just an incredible finish from Jimmy Butler. And also the Bucks decided to inbound the ball to Giannis and try to let him score with 0.5 left on the clock, instead of calling a timeout that they had. Questionable decision from Coach Budenholzer there, which we'll talk about more as we talk about this game. He has a little bit of questionable decisions during this game. But, they decided to inbound the ball to Giannis. Did not call a timeout. Goes into overtime. Jimmy Butler causes more distractions on one of the inbounds play that they had. Brook Lopez hedged towards him for a play and got one of their players open, who was open for a dunk, and that propelled the Heat. Jimmy Butler hit this nice fadeaway that turned Drew Holiday the opposite direction as he stared him down. Bam Adebayo had a putback. It was crazy. It was crazy that it set into me that the Miami Heat were going to win this game and put the Bucks away. The number one seeded Bucks with Giannis, who was playing. Three of their players fouled out. I believe Bam, Kyle Lowry, and Kevin Love all fouled out of this game, and they still managed to win. Something else I want to mention about the Bucks in this game is they did try a lot to go to Chris Middleton down the stretch, but I feel like they waned away from that as the game started to get a little bit closer, especially in overtime where it felt like Chris Middleton didn't even really touch the ball. Giannis was struggling from the free throw line. 10 of 23 from the free throw line, missing 13 free throws. Some of them clutch free throws that he needed to hit. A possession that also happened, Kyle Lowry had a steal, I believe, on Drew Holiday as they were trying to make a play. They ended up calling a foul on Kyle Lowry. It was reviewed, got overturned. There was a jump ball. The jump ball went to Milwaukee, got tapped to Giannis's hands, and he passed the ball so fast that he almost passed it out of bounds, and Chris Middleton had to make a diving save. Ended up basically saving the game for them at that point. They still ended up losing, but Giannis did not want to shoot free throws at all during this game. And it kind of showed because, like I said, he did shoot 10 for 23 from the line. He was struggling from the line. But as a superstar, in my opinion, you can't shy away from those moments trying to go to the free throw line, especially when your team needs you to. You need to be able to have those confident moments and go to the line and knock them down. I know it's hard for Giannis to do that, and especially in a hard scenario where you're about to be eliminated. But as a superstar, like I said, you need to do that. And especially not cause a turnover in the process of not trying to shoot your free throws, because those are losing plays. That's not something we typically see from a championship caliber team like the Milwaukee Bucks here. Now, I guess we can get into the final possession for the game. They had a possession. They went to Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton wasn't able to create, got locked up. This is with Bam, Kevin Love, Kyle Lowry, all off the floor. It's Jimmy Butler and a bunch of players off the Heat bench trying to guard this Bucks team who doesn't have any players fouled out. And Chris Middleton is trying to create, gets locked up. They pass the ball to Grayson Allen eventually at the top of the key. He fakes a guy who bites on a pump fake, and he has the lane wide open where he's able to shoot a floater, ends up going for the Euro step, and time just runs out. In my opinion, I believe Coach Bud should have called a timeout and actually organized the play to get Chris Middleton open. He elected to not call timeout, and it just ended up with the time expiring and them not being able to get a shot off in their final possession and their season ending. And they are now going home. This is just absolutely crazy to me that the number one seed is out so early. Not even in like 7 games or anything like that, but in 5. A gentleman's sweep for the Milwaukee Bucks. They're going home. This is completely wild. And they had a good game. Their bench wasn't really playing well, but you got 38 from Giannis, you got 33 from Middleton, you got 18 from Brook, you got 16 from Drew. You got some production from Grayson Allen, Wesley Matthews, Pat Connaughton. It's just absolutely crazy that they weren't able to walk away with this win. Miami is now moving on into the Eastern Conference semifinals, where they will face the New York Knicks, which, again, like I said, we'll get a full playoff preview video going forward, and that ends this series. It is now over, and we can talk about our last game of the night, being the Warriors and the Sacramento Kings. The Warriors get the win here, 123-116. They defeat their road woe narrative. They get a win in Sacramento here. Like I said, 123-116. And they go up 3-2 in this series with the opportunity to close it out in Golden State for Game 6. For this game, Steph Curry put on a masterclass, even though he wasn't shooting well from 3-point territory. 2 of 10 from 3, but 12 of 25 from the field overall. 5 of 6 from the free throw line, too, to give him 31 points on the night in 42 minutes. 8 assists as well, so good game from Steph Curry. Klay Thompson, who was carrying them in the first half for a little bit there, 5-11 from 3. 10 and 19 from the field, 25 points from Klay. You get 20 points from Andrew Wiggins, who has been Mr. Consistent so far this series. I believe he scored between 17 and 23 points for every single game this series. So coming off injury, you're getting great production from Andrew Wiggins, even on the defensive side of the ball. Kevon Looney continues to have an amazing series from the rebounding perspective and defensive perspective. 7 offensive rebounds, 15 rebounds, from the defensive side, 23 rebounds in total, 7 assists. Great game from Kevon Looney, playing great defense, slowing down Sabonis, who was 9 of 15 from the field, had 21 points. Probably one of his better games from this series, but still able to slow him down on a couple of possessions and switching out to guards like De'Aaron Fox, like Harrison Barnes, like Kevin Huerter, like Malik Monk, like Davion Mitchell. Being able to switch out on those guys is pivotal to the Warriors' success in this series, and he's been doing a great job of it. Draymond Green still coming off of the bench. We have Jordan Poole in the starting lineup still, but Draymond was ultra aggressive in this game. He scored 21 points, was 8 of 10 from the field, and even hit a corner 3, which is completely wild to see from Draymond. We saw in the game previous, I believe he was like 4 of 13 from the field, missed a bunch of layups, and he was aggressive heading into this game as well, and ended up scoring 21 points. It was a big boost to the Warriors. So great game from Draymond on the offensive and defensive side. And if I told you that Steph was going to score 31, Andrew Wiggins was going to have 20, Klay was going to have 25, and Draymond Green was going to have 21 points, you definitely thought the Warriors were going to win. And that's exactly what happened. Something that I talked about beforehand is that the Warriors defense, especially guarding the three-point line, needed to travel from Chase Center to the Golden One Center, and it did. Sacramento could not hit anything from 3 today. They were 10 of 34, shot 29%. They did shoot 46% from the field, but that three-point defense was there. The Warriors shot 28.9% from 3 themselves, but they shot 52% from the field and also got all those great games from those players that I just previously mentioned. So they did end up pulling out with the win, get a road win, and now have an opportunity to close out this series, which I believe they will do, and they will eliminate the Sacramento Kings in Game 6. That is my prediction. But like I said, this did have 7 games written all over it, so you never know. And hopefully we do get those 7 games, because this has been a great series so far, even though I didn't really get to watch much of this game because I was focused on Heat and Bucks. But still a great series so far. Exciting that we have an opportunity for the Warriors to close this out. As a Warriors fan, I was completely stressed. I really thought we really had a chance of losing this series. And now we only have to win 1 of 2. Heading back in the Golden State, where we've been good all year. So hopefully we can close that out. And that concludes the recaps for tonight's games. Like I said, we will get those series previews out later today for the series that have their matchups set already. And that concludes this video. I appreciate you guys watching. If you stuck this long, I know none of you did, but this is still cool. I've been enjoying doing this, talking about basketball. It's been so much fun. The production value will definitely go up. I'm literally in my basement right now, so this has just been fun, and I'm glad I get to do this. Peace out. Subscribe, guys. Like, you should really, really subscribe. And this has been sick. Peace, guys. Peace, guys.